All right. Waking Up in the Dream Weekly Live. Here we go. Wait for a couple people to come on here. Exciting times, so much good stuff happening. Man. What are you focusing on? Because that's what you're magnetizing more of into your reality. So yeah, going to refresh my page here and we'll get started. This is a weekly Q&A. Here we go. All right. All right, so is everybody excited for what's happening? I intend so. Excitement is the highest frequency. And since we are walking, talking, vibrating frequency magnets, our thoughts, our words, and our frequency attract the timelines, people, events, abundance, or lack of, depending on what we're focusing on. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And this is a Q&A. So if anybody has any questions around completing the inner healing process, manifestation, law of attraction, anything about conscious awareness, raising our conscious awareness, because that's really the only game in town. That and having fun and realizing that we agreed to come down here at this exciting time right now. And it's certainly getting exciting. It's been exciting, but what's going to be revealed over the next short amount of time, several months, is going to be incredible, incredible. And so one of our jobs is to hold space for other people as they basically find out that almost everything that they've been taught has been a lie by the systems that have been put in place. Yeah, so first thing, what is the first key to creating your ideal reality, attracting abundance or anything else, and attracting amazing relationships? And the answer to that is inner healing. And this is a topic that, this is what I do every month when I journey with people that go through the 30-day Waking Up in the Dream transformational experience, or they go through the book, the step-by-step process, or the online digital course. And this is something that we naturally do not look at for most people, not everybody, unless we absolutely have to, and there's nowhere else to turn. We've tried everything else. And the reason for this is because the ego mind doesn't want to admit that there's really anything wrong with us or that we're wounded. People are taught to see that as shameful, and it's a complete lie. The people that are showing up and going, man, I got something to heal. This happened to me when I was a child, or, I keep attracting the wrong people in life or relationships, or no matter what I do, no matter how hard I work, which is 3D, I can't seem to ever get ahead or attract money. It's all because of something usually that happened when we were a child or when we were growing up. And it's a subconscious program that's running. So the key is to be curious about it, to be honest. You don't have to be happy about it. In fact, you can even be pissed off. But pissed off is a low frequency. So if you're pissed off, notice it and go, okay, let's ask the priceless billion-dollar question. What is this attempting to show me about me? This isn't about the external reality in what the government or what anybody's doing to me. That's the hologram. That's the mirror that's showing us the frequencies that we're holding, whether we're subconsciously aware of them or not. And again, if anybody has any questions about this, I know that there's people that observe, they sit back, and they may have a question. I used to do this all the time when I would go to the dreaming weekends with Don Miguel Ruiz in the very early years, 2001, 2002, 2003, when I became an apprentice. And I would have a question, but there were other people there and I didn't want to feel stupid, like, oh, I should already know that. And so a lot of times I didn't ask my question and I sat there and I suffered. And it was the times when I finally asked my question, I got the answer, and I felt great for the whole rest of the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So don't be afraid to ask a question, because I can guarantee you that what we're playing with here, everybody's dealing with it. And we're all here to assist and uplift each other. So have fun. Little kids ask questions. They're playful. They don't judge. They don't shame themselves. So notice if you have a question that you want to ask around healing, which can be a sensitive topic for some people. But I'll tell you what, our vulnerability and our authenticity is our greatest strength, and it's our greatest doorway into freedom. To just go, man, I'm having a problem and I can't figure it out. All right. Usually it's just something that you can't see because of the way that you've agreed to how your story happened. In other words, if somebody comes and journeys me or does a session with me and they're like, my father and my mother abused me my entire life. I'm like, okay. Hi, Elaine. Great to see you. Okay. So that happened. All right. Not denying it in any way, shape, or form. However, what's the gift? What is the gift? Well, there's no gift. I got raped when I was younger. I got abused. I got MK Ultra'd, or my parents used to beat me or make fun of me. Okay, I get it. Let's go a little bit deeper into who we are as sovereign, divine, unlimited beings. We must come back and remember this. Okay, so if we're sovereign, unlimited, divine beings, let's go a little bit deeper. We agreed to everything that happened on our soul contract before we came here. If you can get behind this, you can free yourself real fast. If you don't want to look at that, like I remember when I was younger, I'm like, I know I would have never agreed to go through all this pain, hell, and suffering. You know, many of you know, if you've watched my lives, there were 3 or 4 times when I was suicidal. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I didn't sign up for this. Luckily, I decided that I wasn't going to leave. Not because I was afraid to. I was in pain, but I didn't want to hurt anybody else. I didn't want to hurt my mom or anybody else. So I didn't leave. So that was my fail-safe. And then after trying to figure it out and reading book after book after book, and there was some good stuff in the book, but nothing taught me how to go in and identify the subconscious wounds or beliefs. And it wasn't until, I met Miguel, and one of the biggest pieces that shifted my entire reality was when I realized that my belief system wasn't even my own. And this is huge, because the majority of people have a belief system, and if anything challenges it, they automatically have an emotional trigger. Emotional trigger, judgment, or reaction. I did. I was a judgeaholic. I was put into private Catholic schools in 2nd grade, and the nuns were angry and they were pissed off. And I didn't know the first thing about conscious awareness, but my internal intuition and guidance system told me there's something really wrong here with this. But I was in that school system until 9th grade, and I was even an altar boy in church. And luckily nothing bad happened to me, but the programming was deep. So anyway, I meet Don Miguel Ruiz in 2001, become an apprentice, commit to studying with him for a year at a time, which was a big deal for me because at that time I was living in my recording studio. I was just starting out. I didn't know where my next dollar was coming from. And I had to commit to paying $333 a month for the next 12 months if I wanted to be an apprentice with this man as my mentor. So luckily I had a friend that said, just jump, the money will show up. And so with fear, I jumped. And guess what? The money showed up every single month. And then I became Miguel's recording engineer, and it got cut in half. And, then we went to the pyramids. And, when we take that leap of faith, there's always a net, because we're all of it. We're all of it. So getting back to the belief system, which is really, really, really key. It's a big piece of this, and then I'll go back to inner healing. So when I was asked to write out all of my beliefs, and I had a journal, we had a notebook, and I was like, oh my God, my head almost exploded. I was like, none of these beliefs are even mine. None of them. Not one single belief was my own. It gives me goosebumps on my arm thinking about it. Every single one of my beliefs came from outside of myself. Now, there may be people on here that are, psychic, or they receive downloads, and, we have a knowing inside, okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 3D matrix beliefs that we take on that come from the school system, which is completely rigged to, hey, Sandra, great to see you. Hey, Angela. The school system is completely rigged to teach children what to think instead of how to think. They're programming worker slaves for 12 to 16 years so that they will give up the best 65 years of their life, so then they can become what? The spell word, retired. Re to recycle, tired. You know what that means? That word's not a mistake that they put that in the spelling, the English language or any other languages. Okay, so we're not here to get triggered out on conspiracy facts, but let's be aware of what happened. Okay, so we took on a belief system, science, religion, the medical system. I mean, the government, from the birth certificate, when we got sold in the US, we became slaves under the British Royal Crown when our name got signed by our parents in capital letters, but they didn't know that. Okay, so all that aside, you can research that all you want, and most people probably know all that and a lot more on here. So what's the key? All right, so how is the belief system triggering most people and keeping them in a low vibration, meaning judgment, anger, resentment, projecting, keeping them stuck in repeating 3D loops? Because they don't realize that when they have an emotional trigger because their belief system gets challenged, they believe, this is classic, they believe that they're right. God damn it, I'm right. No, they're not right. They just had an emotional trigger. But that emotional trigger, and if it can be really strong, they have to move that energy somehow. And so they can get angry. They can project. And they believe that they're right. And this is the whole trick of the 3D matrix, one of them. And this is how people stay stuck year after year after year. And they just can't figure it out. And so, the whole process in the waking up in the dream book, course, whatever, is simple. It's simple. You go through the step-by-steps. You begin to track all your judgments and all your reactions that don't come from love. If you do not do this, you will not dismantle them. It's that simple. You must be able to see a program running in order to dismantle it. Otherwise, you'll just justify it, or you'll find something to distract yourself with, internet, drinking, smoking, eating, porn, whatever. Okay? So the great news is it's really simple to undo decades of automatic programming. But you must understand how to do it, and you must be willing to be 100% accountable. You can't be blaming anybody out there. Then you lose. That's the trick. Okay? Now, if somebody's physically abusing you or assaulting you, of course, get out of the relationship. I'm talking about how the matrix traps people into judgment, lack of forgiveness, and low vibrational triggers over and over and over. Okay? So these are the keys into our freedom. I'm going to go back to inner healing right now real quick, because if you don't do that, these other pieces are cool, but since we are walking, talking, energetic, vibrating magnets, and we are attracting timelines, those are events. People, places, money, lack of money, good things, bad things. Everything's your teacher, so there's nothing really bad, although Some things can really suck. And we all know that. We've experienced that as part of our journey. So the key is, when anything happens that we do not desire, and we get triggered or we get pissed off. I still get triggered. My computer triggers me. My mind's going really quick and my computer has a bad key on it or something. I'm like, I don't get triggered around other people, and I do not project any negativity onto anybody anymore. I practice every day being kind and loving, and I smile at everybody. It's not because I'm so great and so evolved, okay? It's because I understand that when my heart is open and I'm operating from that, I attract all these incredible people, clients, opportunity, abundance, animals, plants, Mother Nature. And so I wake up every morning and I consciously create my reality. Because if you do not do that, you will pretty much recycle whatever have been the main things in your reality over and over and over. And if you love your reality, then that's great. However, when you understand that every new moment, boom, 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 boom. It seems like it's slowed down here in 3D, but every new moment could be a completely different timeline. I haven't figured it out yet, but there's people that could be here right now, and the next moment they're on another planet talking to somebody else, alien race. I don't know. I haven't experienced that yet, but I do know and believe that it's absolutely possible. It's absolutely possible to reverse your aging. Do you talk to your cells every single morning? I do. Every single morning. As soon as I awaken and my head's still on the pillow. And you may have heard me talk about this, but to hear this again and to put it into practice will change your life. So you wake up from what we call the sleeping dream, because we're dreaming all the time. We're dreaming right now. When my teacher told me that, he goes, "You're dreaming right now, and everybody's you." My mind was like, I can't prove that. My mind started spinning on that. But the more I listened to this man speak, I was like, wow, this is beyond what most people even ever really think about. And I'm going to pay attention. So when I awaken in the morning, I know what happens with the mind. As soon as you wake up, the mind starts to think. And if you don't stop it and go into 0 point, and I'll explain that in a second, it's just going to start running the same program over and over, the same 50 to 80,000 thoughts that most people run every day, okay? And statistics show that 80% of those 50 to 80,000 thoughts are negative. When you listen to the majority of people speak, they usually tell, maybe not the people that we're hanging out with, and I don't mean that we're above or below anybody. It's just that our goal is to operate from the heart, to understand why we came here, and to definitely understand that we are consciously creating our reality in every moment. So many people just think shit happens. Shit happens. Some people are lucky. Some people have money. I used to think that because I was like, I know I'm a good, super sweet-hearted person, but I was broke my whole life. It wasn't until I figured out that I downloaded that, because that was the program that my mom gave me when my dad died, because that's what she knew. God love her. Love you, Mom. And my uncle, who had 8 kids. That was what I was taught. And it took a long, long time to get out of it. And I'll share how I got out of that before we go today. If anybody has any questions about what we're discussing so far, feel free to pop them in, because I've heard myself talk before. And if you find this valuable, I love that. I love that there's 13 people on here. I'm going to do my best to give you the tools in the quickest, shortest way that definitely work. Hey, Susan, good morning from Denmark. All right, 4:34 a.m. I was on the phone at 4:30 a.m. today, back to the U.S. All right, so as soon as we awaken, the mind will start running. It goes something like this for a lot of people. I got to get up. I got to put on a pot of coffee. I got to get in the shower. I got to get ready for school. I got to get the kids ready for school. I got to get on the freeway and get ready for work. Sound familiar? It may not be. It was for me when I had to go to a job. And so the key is, as soon as we awaken from the sleeping dream and our head is still on the pillow, before we even step 1 foot out of bed to go to the bathroom or anything, we stop. We realize what just happened. Okay? What just happened? We get another day on this planet in this incredible body that is so mind-blowing as to what it does for us. It unconditionally loves us in every single moment without us even having to think about it. And it has since we've been in the womb. And I only know two things that are that incredibly mind-blowing that I can't even wrap my head around how magnificently miraculous it is. And that's the human body and Mother Earth, who is showering us in every moment with oxygen, water, plants, food, vibration, no matter what we do to her. It's incredible when you think about it. Okay? So our head's on our pillow. We just woke up. We realize we get another day. And so what does a consciously aware person do as soon as they awaken in a new day? Well, the first thing I do is I love on every one of these trillions of cells in my body. I put my hand on my heart. I breathe in and I smile, and I feel the deepest love for this body, which has served me through thick and thin. And I can tell you, I have abused this body. Alcohol, drugs, self-shame, guilt, it's sometimes hatred, motorcycle accidents, car accidents, falling down, stupid shit, being mean to myself because I didn't like myself. And this body has loved on me over and over and over. So when I awaken, I'm loving on this. And men, I invite you to do this. And if you think this is being a pussy or whatever, then that's why a lot of men have heart attacks much earlier, because your self-love is the key to everything that you will attract in your life. And it is not ego to love yourself. It's ego to think you're the greatest thing and you need to prove that to other people. That's fear-based. That's because you're wounded. Self-love is one of the highest frequencies. And it is the attractor of like frequencies: health, healing, abundance, incredible people, magical opportunities and synchronicities, abundance. That's it. So if you're not consciously creating your reality every single morning, then I invite you to do it, because there is nothing else that will change your life more than this. And then the people that go through the course, they set alarms on their phone to go off every hour. So it reminds them, psst, hey, where are you right now? Are you in the future? Are you in the past? Are you happy? What are you magnetizing? Because you're a walking, talking magnet right now. Oh, shit. I was just mind tripping on all this stupid stuff that everybody got distracted by in the television yesterday. And they're posting all over Facebook. Come right back. Okay. What is it that I'm attracting? Oh man, I'm attracting, I'm loving on my body. First thing, that raises your frequency. And then you envision what it is that you're manifesting. And you see it as here now. Every single thing you envision when you create your reality, first thing in the morning, is already here now. It's never in the future. And I understand if you're searching for a new home or you're looking for a new job or whatever, the mind will tell you that it's still in the future, but the mind isn't creating your reality. Let me clarify. In a way, it can be part of your imagination, but the subconscious is creating your reality, and it can only take a direct order. Let me simplify it. That order is to your subconscious that your desire is either here now or it's not. And this is great news because it makes it really simple. When I'm manifesting my desires, am I using spell words like want, wish, hope, need, try, difficult, hard? Those are all weak ass spell words that were put into the spelling system so they would tell your subconscious, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet. So I invite you to write down these spell words and eliminate them from your vocabulary. Because when I get on a call with a client and they tell me their story, or they tell me what they want, or what they hope, or what they're trying to do, I mirror them so fast and they get it. And next time they might say the word and they'll catch it right away. That quick to undo 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years of programming that they weren't even consciously aware of. These are the tools, people. This is the most life-changing, valuable stuff that I've ever found on the planet. And I've studied this stuff for 30, 40 years, and I've spent a small fortune, which doesn't mean anything because we can just keep attracting abundance because we are abundance. So, anybody have any questions about creating your reality, manifesting your reality? Okay, I'll go over a couple of these other things here, but yeah, if you have a question. Okay, so consciously creating your reality every single morning. If you're not doing it and you haven't already gone, oh my God, I'm setting my alarm a half hour early tomorrow before I have to, get ready for work or get in my vehicle. Yeah. Then go to bed a half hour early and set your alarm. And if you have an excuse as to why you can't do it, you are just agreeing that things are pretty much going to stay the same. And I'm not wishing that on anybody, but if you're not consciously taking the time out of 24 hours in a day to take a half hour or an hour every morning, sometimes I lie in bed for 2 hours and I'm just loving on my body. And maybe I'm listening to light music. Enough. No, we don't. There's nothing more important than consciously and intentionally envisioning your reality with a smile, loving on your body. And I smile because, number one, that raises my frequency. And I know, because I practice this every day, that amplifies my magnetic field that's attracting the people, the abundance, the synchronicities into my reality. And when there were a couple days when I didn't do it, I noticed the difference. It was like, well, things just are not flowing today. And I was struggling. So I do this every single morning. And I have every single person that goes through my course do it. And they're like, this completely changed my life. And I'm like, I know. We are creating our reality in every moment. The thing is, so many people get distracted, and the 3D matrix is set up to distract, keep people separated in judgment. White lives matter, black lives matter, Republican versus Democrat. Everything's set up to separate and trigger. You need to buy this to feel good. You need to have this to look good. It's all a distraction. And when you see it, it'll piss you off at first, but then you go, oh, okay. All right. This is how we play it then, huh? Okay. So these are the tools. So, again, first thing every morning before those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running. And I'll tell you, some mornings I may wake up and I might have had some really weird dreams and my mind's just going, and I can't figure it out. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is when you are creating your reality to get into 0 point. What is 0 point? It's the place where your breath will take you, where you're not thinking about the future or the past. You're just as clear as you can get. And the only thing that'll get you there, and it'll work every time, is your breath. The breath is the key. So if you've got some stuff running in your mind, oh, I got to do this, no, you can get to that in a half hour or whatever. But now you're going to love on your body for loving on you while you were asleep, beating your heart, purifying your blood, processing your food, generating new cells, activating your DNA, everything. It's magical. Give it some love. And when you give it love, it receives it. Because guess what? Every single one of those trillions of cells is consciously aware, and they're listening to every single thought, word, and then the emotional frequency that we put behind them all the time, whether we're aware of it or not. So the key is become aware. Become aware. Okay? So If you have questions on that, do it. I'm going to pull this one up really quick. I've been manifesting my future, but nothing seems to be happening. Wow, really? Isn't that interesting? It seems like you're receiving priceless $1,000,000 downloads right now that I paid a fortune for, that took me over 30 years, and you're getting it for free right now. You happen to be tuned in, and here you are. And you can come back and watch the replay for free. And again, I'm not saying this like I'm so great. I'm saying it like nothing's happening. Okay, so let's break this down. And thank you for asking your question, Jeanette, because I'm not singling you out. You're actually a hero, because you asked a question and now something else is going to open up that's going to help other people. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so who is saying that nothing seems to be happening? Who is that? Is that you? Is that your higher self? I don't think so. Who is saying, and what are they really saying? Okay, nothing seems to be happening. That's statement one. But what are they really saying on a deeper level? I'm not satisfied with where I'm at right now. I want more. Okay, stay with me. There's nothing wrong with desiring more, because we're unlimited, divine, sovereign beings. And when I say unlimited, I don't know that many people that are actually playing with that word. And I invite everybody to write that word down in capital letters and dive into that and see if you're even scratching the surface of your unlimited capabilities, because the only thing that's keeping you from having anything beyond anything you can imagine is what? Your belief system, which is a very tiny, I can't even make it as tiny as it is. It's the tiniest limiting prison. Yes, your belief system is a prison. And that doesn't mean if you believe that you're a sovereign, unlimited, divine being. Okay, that's like the only belief I ever kept when I realized that my belief system wasn't even mine. Okay? So, nothing seems to be happening. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Come back and watch this download, take notes, and begin to consciously create your reality every single morning with excitement. Love on your cells. Get your frequency high. Get excited and get playful. When somebody tells me nothing seems to be happening, and I understand that, I was there. Fuck yeah, I was the most frustrated and angry dude at times in my life, because I knew there was more to this dream than pain and suffering, but I couldn't figure it out because I was programmed, just like most people in the system. So now we're waking up. The energies are here to accelerate this. And what we're going to see happen over the next several months to a year or two is going to be beyond what most people can even comprehend. All good. Free energy. Reversing aging. Yes. And while I'm speaking about that, do you speak to your cells every single day? I invite you to. I play with it every morning. How's it working? I go age reversal, 33. I just picked 33 because I like the number. And then I say optimal. Whatever is optimal for me. Maybe it's younger. Maybe it's a little bit past 33. I don't know. I don't care. I just get excited, and I know that my cells are listening and they're feeling what I'm feeling, and they're taking direction from that. And so, Jeanette, if you begin, not if, when you begin to consciously create your reality tomorrow morning, and if you need assistance, check out the book, check out the digital online course, or come do 30 days with me, where I will mirror you, love on you, coach you, and help you to dismantle and heal anything. And we'll be in touch every single day, or at least every other day. When people put their trust in me and they do 30 days, I envelope them. They become family. It's the most life-changing thing that I know of on the planet, which is why I do it and why I love it. So come back and begin to do the process and get excited and playful, because that is the highest frequency. When we get older and people get distracted with all these massive distractions and they believe them, it lowers their frequency. That's exactly why they keep coming at us with this same frickin' thing every day. One day it's the COVID. The next day it's, this country against that country. It's always something coming at you. It's the same playbook over and over and over. So if you haven't unplugged from the television, that's the first thing. Oh, but I need to know what's going on. No, you don't. That is 3D. What's going on is what you are creating with your thoughts and your words and your vibration right now. All of that other stuff will take care of itself. But guess what? When you begin to consciously create your reality and unplug from the 3D bullshit, you're going to go, oh my God, my life's, you'll never guess what happened. Every day, it's like synchronicity. The most amazing people are showing up from all over the world. I'm connected through the internet. It doesn't matter if you don't even have any friends in your area. I live in Thailand. I don't even speak the language. I don't have anybody's house to go over to. I don't have friends that live down the street. I'm connected with people all over the world through this incredible technology. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you, George Soros. I shower you with light. All the darkened versions are backfiring now. It ain't going to work anymore. So we have this incredible platform where we're all connected all over the world. You can ask anybody a question. You can reach out. You can do workshops. You can create a business. You can do anything you want. How can it get any better than that? Come on. Look at what's going on here. It's so great. So, okay. All right. You're not in a rut. Okay, let's check this out. And I love this. I love you. Okay. I've been able to manifest lots of things. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm just in a rut. You're not in a rut. It's just that for some reason, your mind has decided to focus on thinking that you're in a rut instead of the time you could be spending right now going, oh, okay, I was in a rut for 1 second. Boom. I can feel that frequency. That's low. So what do? I notice it and I come right back to, okay, if I'm creating my reality, I certainly don't want to be going, I'm in a rut, I'm in a rut, I'm in a rut, I'm in a rut. No, I notice that I had that feeling and I come right back and I go, oh, okay. All right. So I know how this works now, or at least I'm going to believe what this guy's saying and test it out because it seems like he's excited and it seems like maybe the stuff works. So what would I do? I would do exactly the instructions for lying in bed in the morning as soon as you awaken. Okay. Oh man, I'm not in a rut. I'm attracting all these incredible people, abundance, whatever it is, it's here now and I can feel it. And if there's any doubt, then you come right back. You notice that's the ego. It's just the old program. It doesn't want to give up its sense of false control because it wants to feel safe. So just tell it, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I invite you to name your ego. I name mine Larry. Larry was fear-based. He was the judge. He was shameful. He was all the low vibrational shit. And if you name your ego, you'll be able to notice it more when it's doing what it's doing. And you can go, it's okay, Larry. We're going to shift over from all that low vibrational shit. We're going to shift over to here, and we're going to start having so much freaking fun. You're going to love it, and you're going to just drop all that old fear-based programming. All right? So I intend that this is resonating on a deep level and creating some aha moments. So let's go back to part 1, which is essential, which is inner healing. How do you know if you're healed? How do you know if there's anything wrong with you that you've forgotten about? It doesn't matter. You can feel it if there's something going on inside. You don't even have to remember the event or what happened. You just feel, okay, I feel angry, I feel wounded, I feel less than, I feel shameful, I'm afraid to speak in public, I feel less than, I'm worried all the time. Okay, cool. Or maybe not cool. You won't think it's cool, but let's get to the root, okay? Again, every single thing that happened to us was part of our agreed upon soul contract. If you can be open to that, you're going to heal so fucking quick. Sorry, pardon my language. Sorry, Mom. Comes out sometimes when I get excited, okay? The key to healing is feeling. It's not thinking. You can't think your way out of a trauma. You can kind of use your mind to get you there, but it's feeling. Are you angry? Do you need to cry? If you do, do it. There's no shame. It's one of the most healing things in the world. So let's make it even easier. Is there anyone in your life that you have yet to forgive, or you're holding resentment or judgment towards, including yourself? That's simple. Write it down on a piece of paper. When I study with my mentor, he's like, you got to do the forgiveness. Write down anybody that you're still pissed off about. The kid that laughed at you in 3rd grade on the playground. Your dad beat you with a belt. Your mom was abusive and an alcoholic. You got raped. Whatever. I journey with some people that have been through some horrible, horrible stuff. However, those people go on to be able to be the most wonderful leaders because they're compassionate and they've been through it, so they can really hold that space for other people. So they go on to be coaches and therapists and healers and all kinds of great stuff. So no matter what happened to you, you can forgive it. And you must forgive it. Otherwise, you're holding that frequency and you're going to attract like wounded people in relationships. You will not attract abundance if you don't feel worthy. All this stuff. Healing is easy. And if that triggers anybody, then stay with me. But it's the last place people go. Why is that? Because number one, they don't know how to do it. We weren't taught how to do it. This is going to be taught in 1st grade, the only grade that ever needs to happen anymore. Waking up in the dream and other courses will be taught to children. And all they need to know is what's an emotional trigger, how to catch it and observe it and clear it. And then how to consciously create their reality with their thoughts and their words and their vibrational frequency. End of school. Here's your diploma. You don't need to go to school for 12 or 16 years to get into the club and sell your soul, to give away 65 of the best years of your life. So then you can begin to get retired and begin to live. What a matrix program that is. Wow. So, if you're in it, it's okay. The key is to become more aware and go, okay, I don't like what I'm doing. I'm going to get out of here. I've always really wanted to sing or teach singing lessons or do XYZ. The majority of people are only doing a job because that's what they were told they needed to do, and their parents told them they needed to earn money, so they got programmed in the system. That's what you do. You go to school and you get a job, and then you get the car and the house, and you live happily ever after. No, you don't. No matter how much money you have. If you're not doing what you love and you're not doing what your soul's purpose is, it's going to keep eating at you. The key is to go, okay, it's eating at me, but I'm scared. It's eating at me, but I'm afraid. That's okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Align with other people that'll support you. Because if you're afraid, it's just your ego because it got judged. Other people will go, oh my God, dude, you're an amazing singer or guitar player or teacher or whatever. And you go, really? Because I don't really believe that. I'm not sure. I've been running this program for 40, 50 years, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can break out, and I'm scared because, I need to pay my rent, and I got 2 kids and bills, da-da-da. I get it. But if you're listening to that voice deep inside, it'll keep going, this is what I really love. If I could do anything, that's a great question to ask yourself. If I could be doing anything right now, what would I be doing? Doesn't mean you have to just quit your job if you're not doing what you love right now and jump, but I would definitely investigate that, because I would not want to waste a whole lifetime and not do what I came here to do. And I'm in the same boat with all you guys. I had to confront this stuff, and I'm still confronting stuff. I still have stuff come up. It's just that I use the tools and I surround myself with amazing people that never judge. Judgers are people that are unhappy, and I used to be a judgeaholic. I was taught to be that in Catholic school. Every day was Judgment Day. Every day was Judgment Day. Yeah, I was involved in religion, where when you die, you get to see if you go to heaven on what day? Judgment Day. They program the holy crap out of you with this shit. Come on. All right? So, forgiveness. Is there anybody that I need to forgive? And better yet, how do you know when you've really forgiven somebody? I'll tell you how. When you can thank them. Ooh, that's pretty intense. Okay? So that might trigger somebody because, again, I journey with people that have been had some horrible things to them. So I'm not asking somebody that got raped or molested or somebody got murdered in their family to thank the person that did that to them, but there was a soul contract. Maybe you did that to them in a past life. I don't know. All I'm talking about is clearing the wound that holds that frequency that will continue to attract like frequencies, clearing it fully. And the way that I know is to go, okay, well, I guess I got to thank you because I'm clearing this shit fully. I'm not going to carry any of this. Some people go, well, I've kind of thanking him, but I haven't really forgiven my father. That's just the ego wanting to hold on to it because it ran the story for so many decades that it just doesn't know who it would be if it would let that go. I'll tell you who it would be. It would be free. Oh, wow. What does it feel like to not be holding any judgment or resentment towards anybody? Do you know what that feels like? Some of you do. It's called love, unconditional love. And when I was told that I had to forgive everybody, I was like, oh, wow. And I've done my research. I've been down the rabbit hole. So I know about child sacrifice, pedophilia, hijack DNA, all that stuff, or a lot of it. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm a magnet and I'm attracting like frequency events, timelines, people into my reality with what I'm holding, then I have to forgive everybody. And that means pedophiles and dark deceivers in government and everything else. Doesn't mean I wouldn't stop one if I saw them, of course. However, they're playing their role. Maybe I don't understand it, but I'm surrounding them in light because they're wounded. They either sold their soul or something happened or whatever. All I know is where's my frequency right now, and I'm not going to hold any resentment or judgment towards anybody because if you do, you stay stuck in 3D, period. End of story. Why? Because judgment, resentment, lack of forgiveness, anger, hatred, the lowest frequency, those do not exist in 5D. They can't. It's real simple when you figure it out. It's just, does the ego want to give it up? Well, you use your higher self and your heart to guide the ego into going, look, okay, we got wounded, we got hurt. Makes me want to cry right now. I journey with people that are so hurt. And a lot of people out there are really hurt. And when they figure out real soon that they've been lied to about everything, they're going to need a lot of compassion. They're going to need a hand up from us. And that's when you know that you're in your heart. When you say, it's okay. I'm here to not judge you. I'm here to help you heal. And that's what we're here to do. So, healing, forgiveness, clear that shit. And you can tell if you're judging anybody, all your judgments are about you. They're not about what's out there. That's the trick of the hologram. It's reversed. I fell for it for years. Again, I was taught to be a judgeaholic. So judgments will keep you stuck in 3D, guaranteed. Clear that shit. Heal it. If you need any help, reach out. And I got this course that is priceless. It's priceless. you will never see your reality the same way again. And yeah, there's an investment, but guess what? When you learn that you're attracting money, and here's a statement to write down that changed my whole reality around money, because I was broke my entire life. And I bought all the books on abundance, Think and Grow Rich, all that. I did EFT tapping. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly over. None of it worked. Why? Because they didn't teach me how to go in and undo the subconscious belief. I had to do that on my own. And here's how I did it. I decided that I would run this mantra because I knew that it was true, even though my ego didn't like it. And the mantra is, every single thing I give or spend has already been returned to me. I'm the only one. Everything else is an illusion. And it's very real. We can touch people, we can hug them, we have kids, we have pets. I get it. But on a deeper level, we're dreaming all the time. So everything you spend and give has already been returned to you. So you give freely. If you're holding on, I only have so much, then that's the program that you keep sending to your subconscious. There's only so much, there's only so much, there's only so much. So guess what your subconscious is going to do? It can only create and take a direct order. So you can't go, I hope, I wish, I'm going to try to shift my money beliefs. No. You have to prove to the subconscious that you trust. And the only way you can prove it is by giving it away. Even if it's your last $5 and you don't know where your last $5 is coming from, you break that old lack program that has been so pummeled onto society. Fake money, lack, everything. It's the biggest control mechanism on the planet. That and judgment and reactions. So it's really, really valuable. Okay? So, I'm going to dive in here. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's look at this statement right here from Jeanette. I love you, Jeanette. You're rocking it. Okay. Forgiveness is the hardest thing to do. Wow. Do I want to give my subconscious that command? Forgiveness is the hardest thing to do. So the subconscious goes, fuck, forgiveness is the hardest thing to do. Okay, and I'm being playful here. I love you. But we must be very careful with what we agree that we are saying, thinking, and projecting onto the hologram. How about this one? Forgiveness, there was a time when I thought forgiveness was hard, but now I see that it's the total key to my freedom. See how different that statement is to the subconscious? I used to believe that forgiveness was hard only because my ego was wounded and it didn't want to do it because it was holding on to its story of what people did to me or what happened to me. Okay? Second part's great. You can't evolve and move out of 3D until you forgive. But be very careful with what you are agreeing to. This is why the waking up in the dream process is so frickin' kick-ass. Took me a long time to say that because I thought, oh, if you say that, you're an egotist. No. I'll put this course up against anything. This course will change somebody's life faster than anything else I've ever gone through. That's why I don't make it 90 days or a year like my mentor did. Why? Because I can take somebody through it in 30 days. And then, yeah, you practice after that, but you watch the PowerPoint trainings and you see the program. Once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it. It will have no more power over you. You might still get triggered. You might have a judgment, but you'll feel the frequency and go, oh, okay. There's something to clear and heal. What is this trying to show me or teach me about me? It's the quickest process available anywhere that I've ever found. So thank you for that comment because that really brought up something valuable. Be very careful what you say to your subconscious. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to know this one. Lee, Jeff, can we break or adjust a soul contract? Okay. My answer would be yes, absolutely. We can change our soul contract because we have the ability to do that. We're sovereign divine beings and we created this whole thing. Now let's look at the next thing. I don't thank or hate the mean people. I just ignore them and move on as if they never exist. Okay. That's cool. However, everybody is our teacher. So this one could be tricky if you're still holding a thought that says, these people are mean, or, and again, this is different for everybody because, you know, you could take the pedophiles or the people in government that are being removed as we speak. And ignore them. And yeah, I think being in 0 point is really good. You know, the key is just don't hold any negative energy or judgments towards anybody. You got to clear that stuff. So it's a balance because yes, sometimes we take action to remove bad people from positions of government or from our relationships or maybe from the planet for harming children or harming other people. But we can't be holding negative frequencies, so we must clear that. So that's a really good question. So thank you for that. I would like to know if you have made a healing on YouTube to listen to while sleeping to help run the mantras. Oh, that's a good question. You know, I just moved into a new house and I've set up my recording studio. So I'm getting ready to do some of that stuff. So yes, I will be doing that. But there's millions of them out there already on YouTube. Just type in healing meditations and there'll be literally a million, and I'm not exaggerating, to listen to. And you'll just have to find one that you resonate with. Some of them, I don't like the music. It's really weird for me. But so cool. So thank you for that. I noticed once I started forgiving people who hurt me, like, of course, because if you're holding that frequency, then you're not going to heal. So great stuff. So let me see if there's any other questions from anybody. Yeah, dropping F-bombs. Yeah, it's just energy. It's not good or bad. I was just taught that I would go to hell if I ever said the F word or anything like that. While the nuns were, you know, the nuns and the priests were back, you know, molesting children and stuff, telling me what I should be doing. I'm not saying everybody, but okay. Okay. All right. So I tend, okay, here's something. I know I am interjecting a lot. I hope it is taken in the way it is intended to be received. Men die before they experience emotion. Yep. Yep. Yeah, men have been told, be a man, be strong, don't be a pussy. Well, that's why they have heart attacks because, yeah, they're not allowed to express their emotions. This is changing. I'm surrounded by men all over the planet that are amazing, and it's happening. So, yeah. Yeah. So thank you for that share. Elaine. Hi, Elaine. I still get triggered when a man tells me or other women to shut up or keep your... What? I don't hang around with people like that. Okay. Here's a mantra I invite you to use. Anything less than love is unacceptable in my life or my relationships. I don't hang around with people that are wounded and projecting a bunch of shit. I'll mirror them once gently, kindly, and lovingly so they don't feel shamed or anything because I know how to do it. I've been trained to do it, or I have trained myself to do it. Because if you judge somebody and project at them, they're going to put up their defense system, even if they were wrong, because if you're making them feel shamed, the natural reaction is, oh, fuck, I need to protect myself. Okay? But if you're hanging around with men that are telling you to shut up or keep your mouth shut, why would you be hanging around people like that? Now, it may be a family member, it may be your husband, it may be a close friend. However, I don't tolerate that at all. And I don't need to get triggered. I just mirror them gently and go, And it's different in every situation. But if a man is telling you to keep your mouth shut or know your place, any man that's saying that may be really difficult to get through. I may not even waste my time on that one. Again, if somebody is triggered or lashes out at me, I give them one opportunity. I share a tool with them. But if they come back with, then I'm like, you're out. I'll block them on Facebook or I'll move them out of my life. I will not engage in that stuff. It's just, those are triggered, wounded people. And in a lot of ways, somebody that's thinking, know your place, that's like a 50, 60, 70, 80, or 100-year-old belief. That stuff doesn't fly in my vibrational field. But thank you for bringing that up because it's important. Yeah. Okay, so there's one other part. Okay, so the 3 parts: inner healing, dismantling your belief system. If you are still defending your beliefs, and yeah, you can defend a belief like love is the answer and, don't harm the children and, other stuff. But if you're getting triggered, that means there's an energetic charge, and that's something to look at. So again, I'm really grateful. 101, 1 hour and 1 minute. I'm really grateful that 16 people stayed on here. To me, this is some of the most valuable stuff that I've ever come across, which is why I teach it and share it, because it's life-changing in the shortest amount of time. If anybody has any interest, the book right now you can go grab on my website for half price, instantly download it. There's a digital online course you can do at your own time. It includes over 3 hours of PowerPoint trainings that will get you to see the ego and the programs. And then I journey with 4 people every month, and only 4, because when somebody puts their time or their trust in me, we're going back and forth almost every day. Yeah, we do 1 call a week like most coaches or mentors do, and it's a long call. I don't put time limits on my calls. When we're in it, we're in it. And I record every call. Normally, the first call is two hours plus. And, we go back and forth in Messenger at least every other day, especially during the first 2 weeks when we're completing the inner healing and dismantling the belief system. And again, it's the most life-changing thing I've ever found. So if anybody's interested, go to the website, just fill out the really short questionnaire about what's coming up for you, and I'll be happy to get on a call with you. And if you want to go to the website, grab the book or the PowerPoint training. The PowerPoint training's under $100. It'll completely change your life. And if money's an issue, I invite you to do it or to go through the journey with me, because money will not be an issue after you do this course. Yeah, you might have to practice, but you'll understand that your frequency's pulling it all in, your self-talk, creating your reality every day. This is it. Conscious awareness and learning these tools is the only game in town. And everybody's going to have to learn this if they want to get out of 3D. The great news is it's simple when you're ready. When you're ready to stop saying that everything out there is the problem, you will start to manifest and attract things. Synchronicities will just start to show up. It's the way it was supposed to be. So I invite you to get excited every morning and get playful, because those are the highest frequencies. Those are what children do before they get programmed in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. And this is when you'll start to manifest and attract stuff into your life like that. So again, thank you everybody very much. This replay will be on my page, my Facebook page. And please, if you know anybody that could benefit from this, and I don't know who wouldn't, even if they're already awake. I do this to remind Jeff. Every single post I do is to remind Jeff. I don't even know if there is anybody else out there. But it appears that I'm connected with some really incredible people around the planet. And how fun is this? How amazing is this? How can it get any better than this? Get excited. That is the highest frequency, and it will begin to magnetize things into reality like that. And let me know how it works for you. Come around. And if you want to be on the mailing list, go to portal2awakening.com. Hey, brother, great to see you. And, just sign up on the mailing list. I only do 1 or 2 emails a month, and they're all about these tools. I don't spam. I don't try and sell you a bunch of shit. Yes, if you purchase the book or the course, it helps, you know. However, you don't need to. I mean, look, I'm giving away all the tools for free right now. I'm not holding back anything, and I'm not going, if you really want the real tools, you need to come and, you know, no. But if you come and do 30 days with me, I will frickin' rock your world, and we'll have so much fun doing it. Even if there's tears, because tears are healing. But if it's time for you and you know it, reach out. Okay? Hey, Susan, great to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. Jeanette, appreciate you. Yeah, so I'm doing these every week. I do my best to do them twice a week at 9 a.m. my time. I'm in Thailand. I'm in the future. It's Wednesday here, 10:20. So we've been on an hour and 20 minutes. And I will do my best to make it the same 2 days every week. Usually I think it's Tuesday and Thursday. It's just that I had a couple client shifts and my schedule got off. So yeah, but I'll be consistent. And thanks again to everybody. Have an incredible day. And yeah, if you want to check out the program or grab the tools, reach out and stay excited. Big, 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 big love from Thailand. And we'll catch you up soon.